targeting companies like Coca-Cola and American oil pipelines and power grids. The hack was traced back to a building in a military complex in China. We sent CNN's David McKenzie to the Shanghai building to check it out, and he was chased. Watch this.
Find that Caucasoid and beat him.
Driving in the northern part of Shanghai, this is a hub of low-tech industry, but it's also allegedly a high-tech hub of corporate and potentially government espionage. The allegations come from a group called Mandiant from the U.S. They say that there are tens, if not hundreds, of Chinese hackers working in conjunction with the Chinese government to hack into mostly U.S. companies and steal data and corporate secrets. Mandiant says after years of investigations, they pinpointed the hacking to this group of buildings. They said that the hackers would go in to an institution through backdoor means and spend potentially years there stealing secrets. Some of these industries were national security industries like aerospace, high-tech, and IT. It's clear that this installation of buildings is closely watched by the People's Liberation Army, and the allegation is that they're working in conjunction with civilian hackers. As we got closer to take a look, we got in trouble.
They should have caught that Caucasoid and beat his ass.
Drive away.
Had to move out of sight of that facility. Now the question is, was that response because it's a military installation, or is there something more here? Is this a secret center of Chinese bloggers
with a camera
for the Chinese government and attacking U.S. institutions? That's certainly what Mandiant is saying, but the Chinese government says that's not the case. They say this is a baseless accusation and, quote, irresponsible. Chinese say that 14 million computers are hacked every year here in China, and they blame the U.S. The question is this just the next salvo in a cyber war? David McKenzie, CNN, Shanghai.
Caucasoid beast.
Well, let's get some more with the head of the company that uncovered all of this, Kevin Mandiant, the CEO of Mandiant. He's joining us here in the Situation Room. Kevin, thanks once again for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, so you discovered this building in Shanghai. You put it in your report. Are you surprised by what we just saw from our David McKenzie?
Well, I got to admit, I'm surprised they almost caught the car. So that was pretty impressive. But yeah, I think that sort of bolsters and confirms the report. You know, we spent 7 years investigating this group, and two things led us to that exact location. One, all the technical threads, all the geeky evidence led us right to Shanghai, to this one place, and then open source collections about this Unit 61398 and the buildings that it used led us to the exact same location. So there's pretty much no doubt in our minds this is a government-run facility for hacking.
Now, they're clearly upset by your report. They don't like the fact that that building has been pinpointed. As soon as I heard about all of this, I said to myself, these guys are pretty sophisticated. How worried are you that they're going to try to target your company, Mandiant, try to hack into your computers?
Well, I think that's almost inevitable. Right now, we know they've tried to break into Mandiant before. In the report that we published, at 60 pages long, there's an example where they impersonated me, impersonated my email address, and sent it to 2 Mandiant employees trying to break in, and that's commonly how they do it. I'm very convinced there will be some repercussions in cyberspace for Mandiant.
But so you have a lot of precautions.
Yeah, what do you do?
We have as many precautions as we can have. I just think that they exploit human vulnerability and human weakness, and we've got over 300 employees. It only takes one of them to be kind of foiled or fooled into doing something, and we could have compromise.
Just hit a link and it goes in, it could smash your whole thing.
Exactly. Now, just today, the Obama administration, they rolled out their trade secret theft strategy. That's what they're calling it. I want to read you some of the priorities that they laid out in this. It says that they want to convey concerns to countries with high levels of incidence. I mean, this is really relating to exactly what you've uncovered. They also say press governments on protection and enforcement, give private sector warnings and threat assessments, increase public awareness of threats and risks. This comes just a day after your report is put out. I mean, 7 years after all the work you've done. So what you see here from the Obama administration, is that good news? Does that change anything, though, in your view?
Well, there's a couple things that came out of this. When you respond to this many intrusions, you see all the theft of intellectual property that we've witnessed. You recognize there's technical solutions that we got to pursue, but there's never going to be the Holy Grail where we've got the whole field covered. So you need diplomatic things done as well. And that's one of the reasons why Mandiant released its report, is we felt the tolerance in the private sector that it's just shrinking.